In this final step, it's important that we become mindful of what we're learning along the way. So this step usually happens quite a bit after the multiple shots on goal. But the key is we need to get ourselves started now. We need to start thinking about what we're learning because this completes the first cycle and it prepares us for the next cycle. Now we know from the research that those who don't act on their ideas within 2 weeks are really unlikely to achieve their targets. It doesn't mean you have to do anything big. Small actions are just as useful. Momentum is the key here. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get ourselves moving forward. So we have to start experimenting. We have to take those multiple shots on goal. We have to learn what really works and what doesn't work. And ask yourself, why? Why is it working? Why isn't it working? And we have to study our experiments like an anthropologist looking at a civilization or a scientist studying a chemical reaction. We want to be objective. So all of your sort of emotional reasons or why you think something is happening on your intuition, etc., I want you to step back from that. And I want you to deal with this in a clinical sense, like you're trying to use the data to your advantage. You're trying to deconstruct what's happening so you can reconstruct a better approach, a better plan of action. One of the things we're going to do to make this clear is we're going to tell our story over and over to others. And we're going to listen to their questions and comments about what we're working on. So if I'm working on a project that's basically I'm trying to figure out how to create a new pastry in my kitchen, I'm going to tell that story over and over to a lot of different people. And I'm telling the story over so that I get feedback from people. They're going to ask questions. They're going to ask, why did this? Why use that ingredient? Why did I sell it this way? Why did I make it that color? And it's going to help me become mindful. It's going to help me make sense out of the approach I've taken. It's also going to help me to confront the reality of it. It's not just going to be my interesting sugar-coated view of my bakery products, all puns intended. It's going to be, how do I actually become mindful about making those adjustments to those experiments? So we're not going to wait until the experiment is complete. We're going to tinker. We're going to tweak. We're going to make adjustments to that experiment as we go along, and we're going to keep what we're learning top of mind, so that we don't repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. So that when we finally meet at the end of this exercise, when we've run all of our experiments, and we finally do that session where we take account of our learning from our experience and our experiments, it's not the first time we've thought about this. We've been percolating, incubating, and thinking about this for the longest time. And remember, innovation is very close to learning. So we're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again unless we can learn from what went wrong. And remember, we're trying to accelerate the failure cycle so that we could succeed sooner. Be mindful of what you're learning. Use that learning when we complete the cycle, and we plan to adjust our high-quality target in the next cycle.